So my prediction is really about blockchain. Blockchain was always positioned as a solution looking for a problem. Been around for roughly 10, 11 years. And I think it's being positioned in the next couple of years. When you look at the intersection of blockchain, AI, cryptocurrency, tokenization, I hate to say, big data, I want to call it actionable data. And, you're starting to see it now because I think the financial institutions and, the larger consultancy companies went through the 12 stages of grief of blockchain. First they were in denial, it's never going to happen. Now you see the IBM blockchain on Super Bowl commercials. So whether it's a public blockchain, a private blockchain, you look at Walmart, how they're tracking their produce going through their supply chain right now. You look at utilities on how they exchange energy on the market between each other, counterfeit goods and pharmaceuticals. How do you track that to make sure everything is legit and you're buying something that has value? Project management. How do you reconcile project schedules with large, heavy industrial construction projects where somewhere down in the supply chain, the person who's getting the raw materials has a delay because of weather? You may not find that out on the back end of it 2 to 3 weeks later. So if someone has the ability to put in a production schedule for project management that, I have this delay, you almost have an instantaneous reconciliation of the project schedule. You look at countries that are looking at voting. How do you utilize blockchain to potentially as a mechanism to secure voting and do it in a much more structured way than some countries have been able to do it in the past? Smart contracts, medical records, like Michael talked about medical. I know for myself, when I went looking for my adolescent medical records, they're basically gone. And I think a lot of people are experiencing that now with the paper trail, and it still exists in a lot of places, but to blockchain your medical records so you could take that with you wherever you are, wherever you go, and whatever doctor you go to. Is it unhackable? No. Is it potentially the least hackable? Yes. And it'll be interesting to see what happens with quantum computing in the future. But just even being in Walmart this past weekend, they would not accept money unless you had exact change or a credit card.
Yeah.
So as we move towards more of a digital economy, and I think COVID is really going to push this more, and hopefully we get past this current issue, but I think this is shown to the marketplace that you can have a digital economy. It can be safe. And when you look at international transactions, sometimes they can take 2 or 3 weeks to reconcile. You could do that almost instantaneously with a blockchain.